In this episode, we start the show with a rundown of our recent plays. We talk about games we play with just two players, rank our top three favorite games to play with two players, and we end the episode with listener feedback. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of OnDeck, a podcast about tabletop gaming in the Philippines and an offshoot of our hobby Instagram account, the Boardgamer PH, where we take pictures of and talk about our board game sessions. If it's your first time listening in, my name is Glory and I host this podcast, sometimes with my friends who like talking about board games. For this episode, I am joined by Blue, who I play with most of the time.
Hi guys, it's Blue. I'm back. Sana hindi pa kayo nagsasawa sa akin.
Celine isn't here today, though.
Wow. Bakit may special mention si Celine?
We miss you, Celine. Shout out to Celine. So before we go to our first segment, I would just like to share something that I did on my Instagram and Facebook. So there was this campaign which I think was started to promote tabletop gaming in social media, where you basically post images of games that you love, with no review or explanation in the caption. So you do this for a number of days, posting one game per day and nominating another person to do the same thing. I'm currently on my fourth day. I'm doing this for 7 days or maybe 10, depending on my mood.
Yeah, and you just tagged me today, diba?
Yes.
And as you guys know, I don't own any board games.
Yeah, she does not own a single board game.
Yeah, so I'll probably just screenshot online.
No, don't do that.
Why?
No, don't do that. I'll give you pictures.
Okay. Kala ko I'll just grab photos online na lang.
I'm not going to spoil my list for our listeners, but if you do want to check out the 7 games I posted, well, 7 or 10, please do check out my IG account, the Boardgamer PH. So with that, let's now go to our first segment. What have I been playing? So let's start this with a couple of games that I've talked about before. First one, Betrayal Legacy update. We finished the 3rd chapter and I was not a traitor, yay.
Ako, as usual, namatay ako. But I think my character started the ball rolling. Parang, kumbaga, character ko yung kind of save.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, your death, you mean?
No, as in I was able to open a lot of passages, right?
Don't spoil anything.
Oh, okay.
So I like this chapter because there was a standoff towards the end. And it was so fun. I thought the traitor was going to win this time. Because remember, I was the traitor last chapter and I did not win. Not by a long shot. Ito, I really thought mananalo na yung traitor. Si Apo yun, by the way. Shout out to Apo.
Ang galing kasi, parang they really make the traitor powerful because it's one against everyone.
Yes. It's very balanced even though we huddle. You don't know what's coming. Because the traitor has their own objective and their own rules. So, and they don't get hurt by any of the obstacles in the mansion.
And what I find amazing is the mechanics for this time, for this chapter, is totally different from the mechanics from the previous chapter.
Yep.
As in, kahit yung sa traitor part, it was different. So, it's not something na you would be expecting. Kasi syempre, di ba, pag kunyari, like you were a traitor last chapter. Pero hindi ka traitor nung last chapter na nilaro natin. Pag pareho lang yung mechanics nun, medyo spoiler on your end.
Yeah, and medyo boring din.
Yeah.
So we have not played again, and we are planning to play another chapter this week, although I doubt it. You know, it's quite difficult to get the same people together week after week. Although, yung game kasi sinasabi niya that people can drop in and out. But I don't want to play any chapter without the complete players. I'm considerate like that.
Yeah, medyo mahirap nga to gather people. I was proposing earlier to Glory that we just get another person to be the
To sub.
para alam niya yung mechanics, and anytime any character or any player
Cannot join.
cannot join us, he or she can sub that person.
Yeah, but I think it's also the experience because for whoever was there since prologue, I want them to experience every chapter.
Well, that's true.
'Di ba?
And ang hirap mag-gather and to think we're office mates now. We're
Yeah,
all
all of
office
us
mates.
are office mates, but it's really hard to gather people. So, Celine, kasalanan mo to.
Last week din ba?
Yeah, siya rin. So, I think even if it takes some time, we'll wait until all players get to finish the 13 chapters together.
Yeah, we're crossing our fingers that we'll be able to play it again this Friday.
Hopefully also that it doesn't take us as long as Pandemic Legacy.
Oh my God, nasa March pa rin kami ni Glory. I mean, we failed the first time we tried the March chapter.
And then, ayoko na.
Yeah.
But we will finish it. We will finish it this year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Finish?
Finish.
Or finish March? Joke lang.
No. So I told you guys last episode that I was going to the beach. That's why we talked about travel games. And I played Cabo. So I went to Baler and I played Cabo in Charlie Does. Charlie Does is actually a cool coffee shop in Baler because they also have board games there and you can just play.
Did your sisters like Cabo?
Yes, yes, they liked it very much. I think, naalala mo, we were talking about how we were playing Cabo in a different way than Celine's friends were playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, kasi tayo, we want to be sure.
Yeah.
So we wait
Mm-hmm.
until someone calls Cabo,
Mm-hmm.
right? Medyo sure na siya by that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yung friends daw ni Celine, matagal sila. Mabagal. Like, mabilis.
Mabilis.
Mabilis sila mag-call ng Cabo.
So parang risk taker sila.
Risk
Parang
taker.
whatever.
Yeah.
Ganun.
My sisters, ang dadaya nila kasi hinihintay nila ako mag-call ng Cabo. So, sobrang layo na score ko sa kanila kasi parang, yeah, call ng Cabo.
So risk averse naman sila.
Yeah, risk averse sila.
Very
So,
interesting.
Yeah. I did not mention this in my top 3 favorite travel games, but it worked really well. You just needed small table space and it was engaging and flexible enough because it goes from 2 to 4 players.
And it's one of the games I really enjoyed playing during the
All aboard
All
Excel.
Aboard Excel.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I've also been playing Keyforge. I got to play with the decks I bought after playing it with Leo. I played with a Call of the Archons deck, and Blue played with the Age of Ascension deck. So for me, Keyforge is super fun. It takes more than one play to get the hang of it. Definitely, it's not that easy, especially since there are little nitty gritty rules that may or may not come into play. Remember, like the
Mm-hmm.
taunt thing? Yeah. But it's not that difficult to understand. And actually, maliit lang yung rule book eh. Because you just need one paragraph to explain that little rule and you get it. Or you can actually look it up. That's what we were doing. We looked up some stuff online and the were all there. The answers were all there. Any thoughts on Keyforge?
Well,
Lagot ka,
yeah.
maraming fans sa
I
Keyforge
know, feeling ko parang Marvel, ano na naman to statement ko na hindi ako fan eh. Hindi din ako fan ng Keyforge.
Hey,
But,
wait.
wait.
I think masyadong maaga mong
Yeah,
sasabihin
yun
yan.
nga. So, first roll namin, I'm not a fan. Parang,
Also,
nahihirapan na.
because I crushed her.
No, you didn't.
Okay,
Hindi
fine.
ako lang paso ha.
Okay.
Kasi, nahihirapan akong makita kung ano ba yung powers ng cards ni Glory.
Yeah.
Parang syempre kasi it wasn't facing me. And even if she recited it, I'll forget. Kunyari, ang dami na niyang naka-lay down na cards.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Creatures, you mean?
yeah. Creatures, yes. And gabi na namin nilaro, so medyo inantok ako. I'm willing to try it again, but right now, if you ask me if I liked it, I didn't.
But are you willing to play tonight?
Tonight?
Okay, fine. We won't play tonight.
Okay.
So I got a deck box from Ultimate Guard, which can fit all the tokens in 3 decks. So I did this so I can have all the 3 decks with me all the time. And basta lagi ako merong 3 decks and I just need to bring that deck box. You can just put it in your bag and play with anyone. I mean, I'm trying to influence people in my office to play Keyforge so that even if Blue doesn't want to play with me, someone can play with me. It's, I think, a very good lunchtime game. Parang something you can just play if you want to take a break from work. I'm also thinking of getting a playmat.
For that.
For Keyforge, yes.
Is it the same as the paper?
No, I don't. I didn't like the paper. That's why I didn't. I just kept it in the box and I didn't bring it with me.
I know, but it looks like that.
No, it's different. Parang magkasama na yung for 2 players na siya.
Oh.
Tapos it really lays down where you need to put your Archon, your discard pile, your archive. isn't it's cool and it's neoprene.
How much is it?
It's 1/8.
Medyo mahal ah.
Ayun nga eh. So
Para,
parang
para
I'm
lang lagyan mo.
yeah, parang I'm really thinking about it because you don't need it. I mean, it's not necessary. I suggested this game to a couple who I feel will like it because they can take a bit more of a complexity and they actually embrace strategic games. Kasi nag-away sila recently because of a game that we'll talk about next.
Wait, before we move on to a different topic, I just want to say na super gusto ko yung Cabo na I want to get the game for myself.
Wow.
So yeah,
Are you actually buying one for
I
yourself?
know big words. Kahit hindi ko alam kung sino kalaro ko kasi lagi ko naman kalaro si Glory and
Your
she has a
siblings.
copy. Yeah, yun nga. I really like it that I'm willing to purchase one.
Wow, thank you daw ah.
Thank you daw.
So, the last game that we'll talk about for what have I been playing is Cyclades. Let me just explain this. Cyclades is an area control civilization building game for 2 to 5 players from Matago. In this game, you basically want to be the first player to build 2 metropolises. Tama ba yung plural ko?
I'm not sure. Hindi naman siguro metropoli.
Okay, basta dalawang metropolis, okay? So you do this by either building 4 different types of buildings, fortress, port, temple, and a university, or by collecting 4 philosophers. So to build a particular type of building, you want to gain the favor of a particular god by winning an auction for that particular god. Yes, I said particular 3 times. So Zeus builds temples, Athena builds universities, Ares builds fortresses, and Poseidon builds ports. The particular god you gained
My
the
God.
favor of on a particular round also allows you to do other things like collect philosophers or priests, gain and move your army, gain and move your ships, or just gain money if you choose Apollo. So you maneuver your troops on the board, building buildings, attacking other islands to gain their buildings, and stop whoever is about to build their second metropolis. So, the way I explained that right now, it seemed quite easy, right? It
Yeah.
seemed fairly straightforward. But one major quibble I have with this game is the rule book. It could have been written better, in my opinion. It seemed unnecessarily complicated because of how the rules were laid out. Parang hindi siya intuitive the way it was laid out. So when I was explaining it to them, I was following the flow of the rule book and they didn't understand it right away. Thankfully though, as soon as they started playing it, they got it, right?
Yeah. Parang it's easier to get the rules when you start playing the game. Kasi when we were just explaining it, medyo malabo at nakakaantok.
Yeah. Antukin kasi si Blue eh.
Yeah, pag rules na, parang, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know how she intends to play a game without the rules, but whatever. So, but that complaint aside, I love this game. I really, really love this game. First of all, I am a fan of Greek mythology. I really am. I'm not familiar with all of the mythological creatures, unlike some of the people we were playing with.
Yeah.
Na parang paglabas ng mythological creature, oh
Harpy.
si Harpy. What? Paano mo alam yung itsura ni Harpy? Never mo pa nalaro tong game na to. But anyway, whatever. They knew the mythological creatures. I didn't. I know the gods. I also love area control and area movement games, as evidenced by my love of Game of Thrones. Funny story is, after falling in love with Game of Thrones, I researched some of the other Dudes on a Map games, and Cyclades and Kemet kept on coming up. I bought both and I have played Kemet with Blue, but I must say that I think I like Cyclades more.
Yeah, me too. I like Cyclades better than Kemet. Kasi mas madaming, parang mas variable yung play mo. You're not just limited to attacking. Di ba parang in Kemet, you just march and attack.
Yeah, march, 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 attack.
Dito, although your goal is to have 2 metropolises, parang may other strategy siya aside from attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Which I did kasi I just built.
Yeah, you can just build on your own, and you don't even need to attack. Oh, Blue won, by the way.
Ha, yep. Thanks for the mention.
Yeah, Blue won without even attacking anyone.
Yes. As in, na-figure out na lang nila latter part of the game that I was gonna win. So, inano na ako ni Glory, in-attack na ako.
No, not me.
Hindi.
Kokoy attacked you.
No, you attacked me by getting half of my money.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Anyway, I also love the auction part where you can get bumped off.
Yeah. That
Yes.
changes the game
Yep.
kasi.
So actually going last is beneficial. Sometimes maybe you just want to get the god that will go last so that
Mm-hmm.
you can be on the last part.
Tsaka parang strategic siya because you shouldn't limit yourself to plan A because
Mm-hmm.
it's possible that you get bumped off and you should have plan B.
Yeah, you have to think of, okay, so since I can't get Aries this round, what am I gonna do? So Cyclades is quite the older one of the series. Three-part series kasi ito. I have all three.
Which what is the other one?
Cyclades, Kemet, and Inish. So I have all three, but I've only played Cyclades and Kemet. So I want to do an episode where I compare all of the three games. So I started the thread asking people which of the series they liked better, and I'll be featuring the responses or maybe a percentage in a future episode. So far, mas marami talaga ang may gusto sa Kemet.
Kemet?
Yeah. Even Tom Vassell prefers Kemet.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I think it's really the battle. Since it's a dudes on a map game, you're thinking, okay, this is a battle game. But since a Cyclades, you can actually win without battling anyone. Then they don't like it that much. It feels more, parang meron kasi siyang perfect mix of being a Euro game and an Ameritrash game. So yung Euro game kasi may auction part nga. If you would like to weigh in with your pick on the three games, Kemet, Cyclades, or Inish, please do message us on Facebook or Instagram at the BoardGamerPH or send us an email at theboardgamerph@gmail.com. So those are the games I've recently played. Let's now go to our main segment, which is all about playing with two players. So if you are a board game collector without a solid game group, or even if you do have a game group, you probably have experienced a dilemma where you can't get your whole group together. This is something I experienced, especially when I was starting out, where I did not even know if my friends would be willing to play with me. Thankfully, though, Blue was there, and since we were always together when we were studying for the bar, which was when I started board gaming, it was so easy to take a break and play a game.
Yeah.
So even until now, it's always a huge plus for me when a game could be played with just two players. Kasi si Blue nga usually yung kasama ko, and like what we were talking about earlier where we can't even get our Betrayal Legacy group together, right?
Yep. Hinahatak lang na talaga ako to play a game.
Even our other board game group,
Mm-hmm.
our law school board game group, sometimes we want to schedule a game night a game day every month.
Mm-hmm.
But especially pag nasa latter part na ng year, it's usually every other month na lang siya.
Yeah, kaya we spend the whole day playing games because it's really a rare occasion to gather us all together.
Naiingit nga ako kasi usually people have a weekly board game group.
Traffic kasi dito. Maybe you're comparing us to
No,
like
even
foreign...
Filipinos. As in,
Baka magkakakapit bahay lang sila.
tayo nga office mates na, hindi pa rin tayo makompleto eh.
That's true.
It's really difficult. So, I think our earliest memory of us, the two of us playing, is playing love letters during lunch breaks, where we could just go back and forth while waiting for our food. Pag lunch break natin while we were studying.
I love letters.
Yeah, so it definitely helped us keep our sanity back then. Aside from lunch breaks, it just allowed us to take a break whenever we wanted to. 'Di ba? Parang sang game, sang game.
Yeah, and it never... really don't end with just one game.
Yeah.
As in, parang pag natalo yung isa, kailangan, hindi, bawi ako, bawi ako. And we ended up playing 10, 15 games.
But since love letters is so quick, it's like,
Yeah,
whatever. Okay
whatever
lang.
nga lang.
'Di ba? But what you listeners probably know is that Love Letters is actually a game that goes up from 2 to 4 players.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it really, really plays well with 2 players. So this is actually a feat that not all multiplayer games have. Some multiplayer games do not play well with 2 players because the game would feel too wide open, if you get
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. Parang wala siyang enough back and forth. Wala siya nung tightness of a game.
Or sometimes naman, it's, for me, it's too tight that you can predict the move of the other player.
There's no other move but to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But having a multiplayer game that played well with 2 players is beneficial because it gives you that flexibility to include another player when someone else is available. For example, Love Letters. We were studying with our dear friend let's just call him our dear friend Jay. So we were studying every day. We were studying together, but only Blue and I were playing love letters all the time. But sometimes he'd be up for it and we can just include him
Mhm.
because love letters goes up to 4 players. So what made love letters a multiplayer game play well with 2 players? In my opinion lang to No metrics whatsoever. Number one, the game experience was the same whether you were playing with 2, 3, or 4 players. The objective is the same and the excitement was the same. So ito yung tightness,
Mhm.
'di ba?
Mhm.
I will argue though that this is not the case for the Love Letters Deluxe.
Oh yeah.
'Di ba? Parang that game can run too long.
Mhm. And
Pa-
I think it's better if you play it with more people.
what do you mean?
Oh, I mean more players than just two for the deluxe.
Oh yeah, the deluxe because
Yes.
you can't utilize the special
Mhm.
characters. Yeah. But pag naman sobrang dami nyo na, it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
That back and forth that we love about love letters,
Mhm.
'di ba? Although it's still fun and I still have it. Number two, it might take a bit longer to eliminate everyone, but in any case, the game would end when the deck runs out.
Mhm.
So, hindi siya ganun katagal.
Pero mas mabilis nga pag madaming players eh.
That's true,
Kasi
but
mabilis mo maubos yung deck.
that's true. So, hindi siya unnecessarily mas mabagal or mas mabilis. For me, you still have that one objective na when the deck runs out, you're done.
Yeah, kasi what I don't like about other games, yung it tends to be too long when you play with a full player count na suggested ng board game.
Yep. We also did not have to control 2 different tokens or 2 different players, unlike in other games, like Five Tribes. Do you remember? Where you have to control 2 tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even in pandemic, di ba we tried that? No.
Well, that's actually a 2 player game using 4 players.
Ah. Sometimes kasi it's confusing when you
Yes,
control two players.
I agree. I agree. There's also no different set of rules for 2 players. That's also why I like it with two. Di mo kailangan add an artificial intelligence token,
Yeah.
diba? So, with all that said, what are our favorite multiplayer games that play well with 2 players? I just want to point out that we only picked multiplayer games because I think if a game is made for 2 players, then it naturally must be good with 2 players.
Weird naman i-advertise na for two tapos hassle pala siya laruin.
So also I think I think kasi the 2 player game genre is a different list altogether.
Mm-hmm.
We also didn't include love letters anymore because that's a spoiler. We just talked about love letters. So just assume that it's included in our list because we both like it so much.
Mm-hmm. So our intention in giving this list is to give people who don't really play with a group but play with just another person the option to play games na meant for multiplayer and not just two players kasi they still play well with two-player
Yeah.
players.
So whether you play it with 2, with 3, with 4, it's okay.
Kasi sometimes baka nahihinder lang yung ibang tao to try a game kasi ang nakalagay sa box 2 to 4 players and feeling nila pag 4 player dapat talaga yung game.
Yeah. So, do you want to start?
No.
Okay, I'll start. My number 3 is Pandemic. So I like Pandemic with 2 players because I feel like it's easier to manage and curb my alpha gamer syndrome. I have an alpha gamer syndrome, guys. I really do. I tend to tell people what to do. So I tried playing a game of Pandemic with 4 players, but in the end, I just told everyone what to do.
Yeah, as in, ayaw na ayaw ko yun. As in, pag sinasabi niya sa akin, ito yung move ko, no, let me think about my move.
Yeah, that's why I like playing with Blue because she curbs my alpha gamer, my alpha gamer syndrome. So I like Pandemic with just 2 players because I mean, kung dalawa na lang kayo, 'di ba? Parang irespeto mo naman yung move nung kasama mo. And I think I mentioned this before that I really like playing Pandemic while controlling all of the players. But now I have my iPad to do that. So medyo nakakurb talaga siya. Also, making the game tighter is not an issue because it's cooperative. And if you want the four-player feel, you can just control two tokens. But just a caveat, playing Pandemic with more players will make the deck run out easily. So, mas madali kang mamatay. Mas madali kang magkaka-epidemic. Mas
Oh
madali
yeah,
kang mamatay.
epidemic. Kung
Yep.
tayo nga dalawa lang,
Yeah.
laging epidemic lumalabas. Sobrang malas namin sa cards, by the way. Maybe that's the reason why hindi na namin kinontinue muna yung Pandemic Legacy.
Yeah. But I really like Pandemic. You know, Pandemic is one of my absolute favorite games. And yes, I prefer it with two players. So, how about you?
So my number 3 is Ticket to Ride.
Which map?
Um, any.
Any?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, yung Europe lang yung medyo mas mahirap because of the tunnels.
Yeah.
But all Ticket to Ride maps, I really like. I really enjoy. I prefer it with two players kasi it's slightly easier and mas realistic to complete the routes you pick.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi wala masyadong harangan. Pero ang maganda dito is you can predict the route of the other player. So
Mhm.
pwede mo din siyang harangan.
That's true. I mean, pag marami na kayo masyado, it's not that easy to predict. Or actually, wala ka nang pakialam kasi nga masyadong tight siya. So, mag-focus ka na lang sa route mo.
Yeah.
So, parang, hindi ka na lang magugulo ng ibang tao.
Tsaka matagal siya
Yes.
if more than two players.
Yep. But, I mean, I don't necessarily prefer Ticket to Ride USA with two players. I actually prefer it with around 3 to 4. 5 na Europe, medyo matagal yon for me. We played that game and nagkasiraan ng friendship during that game. But 4 players with Ticket to Ride USA, I think is the sweet spot.
Yeah. Ticket to Ride USA kasi it's a fairly easy map. Imagine India with 4 players. Walang mabubuong route
I
doon.
think India goes only goes up to 3.
Talaga. Oh, even 3.
Mm-hmm.
Parang sa 2 nga ang hirap na eh.
Mm-hmm. So my number 2 is Agricola Family Edition. So yes, I have not played the base Agricola game. I've only played the Family Edition, and I only cited this game, but actually this goes for maybe most of the worker placement games I own. So I really like the worker placement genre, but I like it with just two players. Because I find worker placement games relaxing, especially yung formula ng Agricola and also Lords of Waterdeep. Yung formula niya na lagay mo yung workers mo, get the resources, then kunin mo sila. It's kind of zen for me. Place your workers, get them back. Place your workers, get them back. Nakaka-relax siya. So kapag mas marami ng players, it feels too tight and I feel stressed. I played Agricola Family Edition with 4 players and I felt stressed. Parang, this is,
Nauubusan ka ng resources.
yeah, parang, nauubos na yung mga baka. This is too stressful for me. There's famine. So yeah, with two players, you can actually make it like a solitaire game where you just do your own thing. And the player interaction is if blue goes to the place that I really, really, really wanted to go or that I've already planned my move and inagaw na yun. But, you know, it's not that big of an inconvenience because there are other spots for you to go. Pero kapag masyado na marami, ayoko na. You.
So my number 2 is Raiders of the North Sea.
Ooh, another worker placement game.
Yes. I actually I haven't played this with more than 2 players.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed our time playing this game. Ano din siya, worker placement, and parang for me, madami ding variable play din siya.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, I really enjoy beating Glory. I mean, I don't mind losing.
You lost. The last time we played this, you lost.
I know. Yun nga, let me finish.
Okay.
Ang sabi ko, I don't mind losing to Glory. But I really, really enjoy beating her.
Okay.
So, ang gusto ko dito is medyo mahirap makita yung strategy because you have cards, diba?
Mm-hmm.
You have parang cards with secret...
Your crew.
Your crew with like powers or something.
Yeah.
Na sometimes magpa-play lang yung mga victory points nila at the end of the game.
Yeah, at the end of the game.
So, since they're face down when you get them, hindi mo man predict kung ano yung meron yung other person unless ino-observe mo.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't observing. So ginawa ko, inend ko yung game agad. And
I won by 3 points.
yeah, by 3. Pero sobrang layo ko na.
Because of one of my
Yeah.
one of my crew members.
So, parang I can't imagine playing it with more than 2. But I haven't tried. So
We should try it. I
yeah.
mean, we should try it. But I also like I like this in 2 players.
Yeah, parang, well, kung ang list naman is board games na masasuggest natin na okay with 2 players, this
Yeah.
fits the bill.
It's iba kasi siya na parang iba siya ng tactics.
Yeah.
Iba siya ng strategy. Okay, for example, Agricola Family Edition, you have one goal. And to get to that goal, there's some kind of formula. You need to have your farm, then your animals, your stable. You need to do this, this, this. Diba?
Mhm.
Pero dito, pwede kang papakamatay ka. You get Valkyrie. There's so many spots on the board where you can go.
Mhm.
Right? And ang ganda din dito yung take one meeple, get one meeple.
Mhm.
Na parang, pag yung first action mo is to place one meeple, pero may meeple doon, usually, wala na yung move mo. But since you can actually take that action by taking that meeple off, diba? It's really fun. And it feels tight enough.
Yeah. Tsaka gusto ko yung magkaiba tayo talaga ng strategy. So parang gagawin ko lang yung strategy ko, tapos ma-figure out ko yung strategy ni Glory, and I'm like, oh yeah, that can be done.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I really like this in 2 players. So my number 1, the reason why I asked you what map.
Kasi Ticket to Ride ka din.
Yes, my number 1 is Ticket to Ride India.
Oh, sobrang
I
hirap
love
nito. Yeah, she
Ticket to
loves
Ride.
it.
I really, really love Ticket to Ride India. As in, it's my favorite Ticket to Ride map. And contrary to worker placement being relaxing and zen, Ticket to Ride India is a stressful ordeal. Okay.
Yeah, this map is too tight.
Yeah, the map is really, really tight, but not that tight that I won't be able to make that circuit looping thing and game bonus.
Yeah. Ang ayaw ko kasi dito is you can't really gain more points
The
by
longest route.
and by putting down more cards in one turn. Kasi usually the routes are just from one point to another.
It's
Isa
just
lang.
like 2,
Or like 1.
Oo.
Madaming 1.
yeah, or 3. Parang pinakamahaba na dito is, well, may mga 6 din siya, pero sobrang hirap niya.
Yeah, kasi 'di ba parang sa USA, when you put down 3, you gain 4 points or 5 points. So
Yeah.
dito, 1:1 lang lagi. So ang hirap talaga, parang
Usually.
gapang ka.
So I usually try to complete that circuit looping bonus thing where you have 2 ways to go from one route to another. So tinatry mo talagang gumawa ng circle para you have 2 ways to go to that particular route. And I love that about this map. Kasi ang tight na nga ng map, tinatry mo pang gumawa ng 2 routes to a particular place, 'di ba? So it's really, really fun. I really love Ticket to Ride India. I get the similar feeling with Ticket to Ride Africa, Heart of Africa. It's also that tight. And I know that Ticket to Ride Nordic countries is also this tight.
Oh, we don't have that.
We don't have that. It's an older version. But India kasi yung one of the first ones that I got.
How about New York? New York is pretty tight too.
But New York is
Like a travel game
parang
version.
it's not that same feeling na parang, oh my God, magagawa ko pa yung looping thing ko. Two-thirds na lang.
It's just
my
really
God.
to scratch the itch, I guess.
Yeah. But ito talaga, it's the intense, mapipikon ako kapag hinarangan mo ko ganong klaseng type of game. So yeah, it's really my favorite multiplayer game that plays with 2-player.
Okay, my turn. My number 1 is, of course, a Hall of Famer game. It's Splendor.
Oh.
Well, it is a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
I really enjoy playing it with 2 players. I've played this with more than 2 at medyo natagalan ako.
Yeah. It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah. Kasi I like the quickness of play. Well, maybe because I've been playing with Glory for a few years na. And we know how to play this game. At sobrang bilis na lang.
Parang bilisan mo. Ikaw na.
Yeah. Wala siyang player interaction, but I like it kasi mahilig ako sa strategy games.
Yeah.
And like, as you can see naman yung mga kanina ko pang pinagsasabi, gusto ko ng variability in play.
Mm.
Again, magkaiba kami lagi ng strategy. So,
My strategy is to always get the noble.
yeah, as in yun kagad yung inaano niya.
Yeah.
Ako naman, ang strategy ko is to get the cards with gems. So, I don't have to spend for it anymore. Parang automatic, I get the other cards.
Mhm.
So, yeah, ni-reveal lang natin yung game natin sa kanila. I-play natin sa kanila. So,
Okay lang. I'm still the champion of Splendor.
that's not true.
Okay.
Mas madami akong wins sa Splendor.
Whatever. We should log that.
You hate logging, but I'm serious. Mas panalo ka sa kanya sa Splendor.
Whatever. Let's play Splendor now.
You have it?
Yeah, in my phone.
Ayoko yung phone. I love din pala the components.
Yeah.
Sorry, alam kong hindi ta part ng discussion.
The theme is pasted on. The theme is like, it can be anything, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be gems, but the components, the poker chips, the cards.
Tsaka parang iniisip ko gems. Nung una parang weird.
Tsaka ang boring ng cover niya, di ba?
Yeah, parang gems, tas gusto ng mga tao. And I know a lot of board gamers are males, right?
Don't generalize. I don't know.
No, maybe.
Maybe.
Kasi in the Philippines, pag nakakakita ako, medyo parang puro lalaki.
Mhm.
Bihira ako makakita ng female board gamer. So parang ako, gems type nila. Weird.
Yeah. But then, when you play it, it's like, yep.
Yep, I get it.
Splendor actually made me fall in love with engine building games. Yung parang build an engine, be more efficient, di ba? You get the gems, you get the cards with the gem, and then get more cards. Parang hindi ka na magbabayad ng gems next turn.
And I think this is parang one of the first few board games that we played. Kasi, like ako, casual gamer. Wow.
Casual gamer.
Casual gamer. Una ko nilaro is Avalon. Tas Ku ata. Tas I didn't like. Parang, na-enjoy ko sila, but now looking back, mas gusto ko yung Ku sa Avalon. But anyway, I digress. Yung Splendor talaga, na in love ako sa kanya.
It's a classic.
As in, parang, kaya every time yung sinasabi lang, it's a Splendor killer, it's a Splendor killer. I mean, excuse me.
No one can kill Splendor.
Yeah, parang kami pareho ni Celine, parang,
no.
No way.
But, a lot of people actually are hating on Splendor na parang, can we just get rid of Splendor already?
Why? It's a classic.
I know. I agree. I really love Splendor and I don't get why some people hate on it.
It's like a black shirt.
Guys, stop trying to kill it. Stop trying to kill Splendor. Nothing can kill Splendor. Okay?
Yeah, it's like a black shirt. It's a classic. You have to have it in your closet.
Okay, black shirt. Anyway.
I'll make it a thing. A classic. Black shirt.
Okay, black shirt. Anyway, so what are your favorite multiplayer games to play with two players? Please do let us know by getting in touch with us by the different ways. Email, Facebook, or IG. And we'll talk about it in a future episode.
Yes, please send your recommendations.
Oh yeah, because we might want to
try them out.
Yeah.
Kasi we always play nga together. And kung meron kayong masasuggest na not in our list, we're very excited to
try
them.
Because right now, I have Majesty with me. Majesty for the Realm. Another quote-unquote Splendor killer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so, but it was recommended by Hans. So let's see.
Sige.
Before we end this episode though, I just want to quickly get through some responses by the community in Blue Say It.
From the Meeple.
A new segment. So first of all, I asked a question in the different Facebook groups I'm part of as part of publishing the last episode on travel games. So I asked what the others usually bring with them during travel. So let's go through some of the responses. Sin Maker or Sin Maker. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm really sorry. So he said, I do bring some, mostly card games while traveling. Card games.
Walang specific card game.
No specific card games. Jan Michael also said, mostly card games. Exploding Kittens. Yeah, I can see that. Especially if you're traveling with your friends, right?
Yeah, and if hindi talaga board gamer.
Like casuals.
Yeah, like me.
Because like you can actually teach it to your family if you're traveling with them, right?
Pero yung image ko kasi na Exploding Kittens yung at night ba or dark.
Not
So,
safe for work.
yeah.
Not safe for work.
So, hindi ko ma-imagine playing it with your
It's
family.
not actually it's not actually that bastos.
Yeah, but like weird
Yeah,
pa
I
rin,
guess.
right?
Lemuel also said Mintworks and or love letter. Yes, that's true. We talked about love letter too.
I don't think I've played Mintworks.
Yeah,
Love
I have
letter
it
ba
right
or love
now.
letters?
Huh?
Love letters, love letter.
Love letter.
So mali pala ako. Puro ko love letters. Hindi
Yeah.
mo man lang ako
Hindi ko nga alam kung nasabi ko ba love letters or love letter eh.
Okay.
It's just one love letter.
So mali tayo.
Mintworks is a super portable game. They're both actually very, very portable. Mintworks is in a cute tin can. I'll show you
Mm.
later. I have it.
Mm-hmm.
We can try playing it.
And love letter is in a pouch.
Yes.
Velvet pouch.
Yes. And also, what's good about Mintworks is it plays in like 15 minutes.
Oh.
And it's a worker placement game.
Talaga? In a
Yeah.
tin box?
Yeah.
Galing
Are you curious?
Yeah.
You want to play?
Yeah.
Okay. Mark Ace said, I do. Dixit, Dungeon Mayhem, and Muse. We use apps for tracking scores.
Mm,
Um,
I can't imagine
bringing-
traveling Dixit.
I cannot
Traveling,
imagine traveling with my
with
Dixit.
Dixit.
I have it right now.
Yun, I can't imagine traveling with Glory's Dixit set because she got a lot of expansions. Expansions ba tawag doon?
Yes.
Yes. And ang bigat na niya, parang pwede nang lagay yung cards dun sa big black box of Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah. Ang
Ganong
dami niya
level.
talaga. Sobrang dami niya. And sobrang bigat din niya. But if it's a base game, I think you can.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the other two. I'll have to look that up. I also asked ano yung app niya for tracking scores pero hindi pa siya sumasagot.
Ano yung two niya ulit? Sorry.
Dungeon Mayhem and Muse.
Oh, okay.
So
We
Mark
haven't checked
Ace, please let us know what that app is for tracking scores. I wanna know. Hans said Cabo. Yes, Cabo. Si Dan naman said, a few Keyforge decks in my bag. And I said, define a few. He didn't reply.
that. Madami yan.
And Dale said, Coup for me. I used to bring it every time with me, but now I ask my friends to download the app. Revolutionary yung Coup app. Kaya we use it na lang when we play. I agree. The Coup app is really, really good. We talked about this previously.
Kasi sila Kita, di ba? Used the Ku app.
Yep. Tapos si Tom naman posted pictures of people playing while traveling. So there are girls beside the pool playing Scrabble, I think. And then there was a guy playing a game with cows. Anyway.
So no mention of the titles of the board
No mention. Thank you everyone for sending your feedback on your travel games. I do appreciate it.
This is really fun now when you get feedback from the meeple.
From the meeple. Thank you guys. So we also got a message from Tabletop PH. They said, I just finished episode 7. Kudos to you guys. Thank you so much, Tabletop PH. For those who are not aware of Tabletop PH, they do live streams of their D&D games. You can find them on Facebook. I do not play D&D, although I'm definitely curious about it because of Stranger Things.
Will the Wise.
Yeah, but this notwithstanding, their stuff is really cool. First of all, they have their own studio where they do their live stream, so everything looks legit. Okay.
Dream ni Glory magka-own studio, by the way.
Yes, dream ko yun. I'm not sure what streaming software they use, but there are a couple of cameras and even another window just for comments in the stream. So maybe they're using OBS, it's a software. I'm not sure, but it really, really looks legit. That is my dream. I want to be able to do this someday, but right now I have to settle with this podcast. So anyway, thank you Tabletop PH for listening and hope you guys enjoy the show. We also got a mention from Variable Play where they shared our latest episode and said, "Cool podcast. Yay for more local board game content from OnDeck with the Boardgamer PH." Variable Play naman is another board game related Facebook account geared towards promoting tabletop gaming in the Philippines. They also have a vlog, Open Game Night, where they share and talk about their board game sessions. So thank you guys for sharing the episode and of course for listening to the podcast.
Thank you, guys.
So that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys for listening. If you like this episode, please share it to someone you think will like it too. If you would like to hear or see more from us, please subscribe to our show in any of the different podcatchers you are using. We are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Overcast, etc. You may also follow us on Instagram to see pictures and videos of our board game sessions. Finally, if you have any feedback, comment, question, or story as a board game collector and or moderator that you would like to share, please do send that across at theboardgamerph@gmail.com or www.facebook.com/theboardgamerph, and we will talk about it in a future episode. So thanks again for listening. See you guys again in 2 weeks.
Yep. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.